Hi, it's Ileana, and today I'm going to be talking about Eyes Beyond the Stars remote viewing, 3-Eye Atlas, Oumuamua, Crystalline spacecrafts, Swan R2, Swan F2, KI Atlas, A6 Lemmon, and MEO 2. So in August 2025, I was given the blind remote viewing target for what had turned out to be 3-Eye Atlas. And I found out that this is an interstellar craft. It's not a comet. And it has crystalline technology on it with different types of beings that are on this craft, and that it's a seed vault. So it has Andromedans, it has Arcturians, Pleiadians, it has Sirians, Nordics, Lyrans, and Reptilians. They are not Draco reptilians. They're more positive reptilians that are archivists on this craft, and this craft does observational missions, observing different planets, evolution of beings, ascension, adaptation of planetary bodies, galaxies, the universe. It's also a seeder ship, so it seeds life on planets that don't have life forms at the time, and those planets need terraforming. So they'll terraform the planets, and from the seed vault, they'll seed the appropriate life forms, sentient beings, animals, plant matter that's needed on the planet. So that's what 3-Eye Atlas does. That's what its mission is. And the other interstellar crafts, they have different types of missions and beings on them. 3-Eye Atlas also has crystalline beings there. So it's a very interesting craft. And the other ones also have different sorts of beings living on the crafts and different missions. And they're all kind of coming into different portions of our galaxy. So that's what I saw with the interstellar crafts. They do mask, sort of like being like comets, but they're not comets. But they have the cloaking and the masking ability to appear like comets to satellites with different anomalies. I also remote viewed crystalline spacecrafts, and they help to protect our universe, protect planets, provide healing. And they're very ancient. There's different types of crystalline crafts. They're ancient. They were launched and created by different benevolent civilizations millions of years ago, sometimes even billions. So there's different crystalline fleets out there that do different things depending on what the missions are. And there's living beings on them and crystalline technology. That's something else that I learned from the remote viewings, and I'm very grateful for the patron that commissioned this remote viewing work for the targets, for the interstellar crafts and the crystalline spacecrafts, because these targets are special. Most of them were blind at first, and then some of them were open targets, like checking if there's Draco reptilians or if there's other types of beings on these crafts. Also, 3-Eye Atlas had a interesting date when it was discovered. It was discovered by a secret mission from the secret space programs in 2023. Yet the announcement date for 3-Eye Atlas was 2025. So that was an open remote viewing follow-up to see when 3-Eye Atlas was truly discovered, and it was a classified mission. So that was in 2023. And it was interesting to do these follow-up open remote viewing targets and everything about the different beings on these interstellar crafts. That's all in this book, what the crafts are, how they function, the beings, what missions these crafts have, where they've been, when they were launched, what's the origins for them, where do they come from. That's all included in the book so that everyone can learn about 3I Atlas, Oumuamua, Crystalline spacecraft, Swan R2, Swan F2, KI Atlas, A6 Lemmon, and NEO 2. And these remote viewings have shown me that 3I Atlas has changed shape and color from blue to green, cylinder type of a shape, and as well more like a diamond, and that its core, it has a plasma core that is green with an oscillating blue plasma frequency. I saw it as a sphere with a diamond in it. That's what powers 3I Atlas. And I've seen different kinds of shapes of these interstellar crafts. They're not all the same shape. Some of them are cylindrical, some of them are more sphere shaped. It depends. Each craft has a unique, I would say, unique formation for it. A lot of it is crystalline powered and plasma powered for the propulsion systems, and they do go beyond the speed of light or faster than light. And sometimes they travel at higher speeds or slower speeds. It really depends on what the craft's mission is and where it's going. So for me, it was very interesting to be able to do these remote viewings and see all the rich data that came out from the findings of the remote viewings, and to see the similarities and differences between the crafts and what they look like. 3I Atlas has looked like this. It also had an orange color, like a yellow-orange color, and it changes frequencies and fields. So it was interesting to see that and how these crafts work and who's on them. For me, that was important to understand. So 3I Atlas also has spheres that it releases for the terraforming of planets. And this craft was created by Lyran, by the Lyran Positive Alliance a long time ago. Now, I saw some reptilians on 3I Atlas and Swan R2 and F2, but I did not see huge fleets of Draco reptilians. I did not see 5 million Dracos in stasis on 3I Atlas or any of the other interstellar crafts that are included in this remote viewing. And I didn't see Draco reptilians coming to Earth in any of those crafts to pick up star seeds or to harvest star seeds. I did not pick that up. There's another remote viewer that claims to have picked up these things. I did multiple remote viewings on 3A Atlas, Swan R2, F2, and the other interstellar crafts. And there's no Draco coming here to do anything on Earth. These crafts are observational. They have quantum libraries. They study evolution, civilization, creation, and they also provide blueprints for upgrading the sun, upgrading evolution, soul codes. There are so many different quantum libraries on 3i Atlas where you can see your past lives, where you can see history of different planets, galaxies, universes. You can see history of creation itself, since it has that information. It has a lot of data banks with historical information of different seeding events of life forms, civilizations, and it's very profound. I didn't pick up anything that is of an extremely negative aspect from 3i Atlas. At the end, in several of the remote viewings where I was probing for government remote viewers from the US and other countries, what they saw when they remote viewed 3i Atlas, and the remote viewing data showed that 3i Atlas did purge an energetic Draco reptilian virus that was that the Draco tried to infect the core of 3i Atlas, the propulsion core, what powers it. It is AI powered, but the AI purged the Draco energetic virus signal from its core, and there was this green plasma purge, and it was seen by Earth telescopes as that CME coming from the sun, but I think it was actually 3i Atlas purging the energy virus signal that the Draco had sent into its AI sphere core. It purged it, and that's when the colors started changing, and that's when that CME was perceived by the telescopes, Earth telescopes from the sun. But that actually came from 3i Atlas. And remote viewing has showed that 3i Atlas is not heading to Earth. It's not landing on Mars. It is doing a flyby, and it is just doing observation of the human civilization. How far have we evolved? What's our frequency? It's not making contact with us. It is just doing its observation and seeing where we are in evolution. That's primarily what it's doing. It's not spying on us. It's not an alien invasion. It's not Project Bluebeam. It's none of those things. It's not a threat. It is an interstellar craft, just like the others. And it's not behaving like a typical comet. It doesn't have that tail behind it. It is anomalous. It has different things on it. And it is cloaking. It is shielding. It is very interesting. And so is Oumuamua. Oumuamua has not like physical life forms on it, but plasma beings that can take on physical bodies if need be, but they're in stasis. So they're like the silent sleepers. They're not your typical life form. And they're not active right now. The frequency activation hasn't happened on Oumuamua to activate them back into physical reality. So they're in stasis. That was interesting, this recent remote viewing, and it's also in this book. So I learned a lot of unusual things that I never expected to find out about these crafts. And it's all in the book, and I'll include the links to both the black and white version of this book and the color version. It will be down in the video description below. And I also have a PDF copy of the book for anybody that's interested. So it is all the information from the remote viewings is in this book. So if anybody's interested, please, you're welcome to have a read or have a look. And again, thank you to the patron who made all of this possible and commissioned all this work. I appreciate the support for allowing me to be able to do this kind of book content and the videos. There's many videos on remote viewings that I did on 3i Atlas and updates as well. So that's on the channel. And thank you so much for everyone. I appreciate everyone's support and the ability to do this work. It means a lot to me.